Hello everyone, this is going to be a video on Lost Temple versus a Zerg opponent. And that's my MSN, by the way, don't check yours. And there's going to be two themes to this video. I am getting spammed on MSN. First thing I just noticed here, I switched to my view here. This Overlord never actually gets in my sight range. Even the shadow doesn't show up here. Which sucks, because if I go to his view, he got sight range on me. So one thing you can find out is Overlords can actually scout you without you seeing them. Never knew that before. Kind of interesting. So as I was saying, there's going to be two themes of this video. One is facing Zerg economy, and the other is there was actually to answer a request someone had about facing Ultralisks and how to beat them. And my MSN again, not yours. And yeah, I don't really have an answer to either of these things, so it's going to be more of a discussion kind of video, and you guys can decide for yourself. So I guess first off, we're going to be talking about income and Zerg economy. Now Zerg has the greatest economy in the game, and I'll explain why. It's mostly because of the way larva works and how queens can spawn larvae. No race in the game even comes close to Zerg in the amount of drones they can pump. And even though I'm going for a very economic build, I mean, I can't imagine a more economic sort of build than going an immediate command center. You'll see that my harvester count is going to be well behind this entire game. Because Zerg, like you can see, it's already ahead by 3. Because Zerg can just pump drones so fast. So I'm really wondering what the long-term viability of this fast expand build is. And not because it can fall, but just because Zerg can go in total like economic mode. And when I fast expand like this, they can probably take like 3-4 expansions and get so far ahead economy-wise. It's really, you can't really challenge Zerg in a game of economy versus economy. So I think I've talked enough about that. We'll get back to it as you can see it happening. He did harass my front a little bit. I think he might have gotten a SCV kill or two. But with only 2 lings here, 1 repairing SCV is more than enough. At this point I am scouting out my enemy. I'd already checked this expansion early on just in case of a Zergling rush. I would have assumed that I would have seen his Overlord here, so I didn't think he could be top right, but apparently he knew where I was the entire time, and I didn't. So again, if you look at the harvester counts, I'm pumping from 2 command centers, I'm at 24, he's at 36. So he has Tactical Lair and Ultralisks at this point, and I've just gotten my first barracks down. I did build a barracks at the bottom of my ramp. I figured I'd may as well use a barracks to stop the Baneling bust. Force them to either run through here past my planetary fortress, or to try to bust through a barracks, either of which is not very good for Banelings. So what's going on? I'm just going for my usual build. I'm getting a lot of Marines to start until I kind of know what he's up to. I think I just finished scanning his Ultralisk den, so I'll now add a few Marauders into the mix. Although Hydras, you don't really want Marauders. You want mostly Marines. So I'm still pumping a lot of Zerglings. Still pumping a lot of Marines, I mean. Same time, you can see I'm still way behind in harvester count, 39 to 49. he did go for a defensive front here with the 3 spine crawlers. So that actually wasn't necessary, as I can't push out for quite a while just because I went to defensive build. He could have easily taken a 3rd expansion by now. Especially looking at his resources, he's at 1800. And he's actually going to go for a Baneling drop. Kind of a smart idea here if you are going to drop with Zerg. Throw in some empty overlords just to suck up the hits from the air turrets. So I do have a couple air turrets in my front. And he comes in. Now this should have devastated me. I didn't see it in time to pull my SCVs away. But he kind of landed in a bad spot, and my command center took a lot of the hits. So, that worked out pretty well. I mean, I got some very weak SCVs here. It looks like one more Baneling would have gotten another 6 kills. And I caught all those overlords on exit. They should have just exited the way they came in, instead of risking cutting across the middle of my base. So, right idea by Zerg there. Probably could have ended the game, more or less, but his execution was not good whatsoever. I did knock my harvester count down to 29, where his harvester count is still at 50. Well ahead of mine. In terms of army, we're still pretty even. 88 to 80. And Zerg has cleared out his 3rd expansion, finally. But he really honestly should have taken advantage of this a long time ago. Look, he's got 3,000 minerals stockpiled. If he were better, I think this would have been an extreme example of how far Zerg could be ahead. He could have easily taken all 3 of these expansions with the amount of money he's got sitting around. And with a couple larva loads of drones, he would just be able to pump units non-stop and outproduce me. I'm pushing out with my initial fleet here. Our armies are pretty similar in size, so I'm not too worried about this. And I've actually taken out his expansion attempt. So even being able to make harvesters so much faster, he's not really getting much edge out of it because he's not expanding. Couple of free Zergling kills there in the scout, but not that important. And some more Banelings, which are going to be trouble for my bio ball here. At the same time, I did clear my 3rd, so I'm going to be moving out with my 2 command centers here. And here's the attack. This actually worked out really well for me, where my Marines were stuck behind attacking the overlords. Which just by fluke made it that my Marauders took all the Baneling hits, which is what I wanted anyways. So this battle's going a lot better for me than it really should have. Looks like we both pulled back. He pulled back and I pulled my medevacs out. I guess we both thought we were going to lose that fight, which is kind of funny. And a few more free Overlord kills, which I will definitely take. He's actually supply capped himself with that. I think he even sent out some drones in that battle there, so I got a few drone kills. Yeah, he's down to 42 drones. Suppose I did kill some of the expansion here, 3 of them maybe.